Good evening, everyone. Today, I want to tell you something about generate some awareness regarding premarital genetic screening. First, who among us need this premarital genetic screening most? Actually, the published data suggests that among the Hindu community, there are around 10 to 11% cases are there in which cases the marriage is among blood relations. That is, we call it as consanguineous marriage. That is marriage within the blood relations. That is, bride and groom, they do have blood relation among them. And among the Muslim community and Buddhist community, it is around 17 to 18%. Among Christian also, it is around 10 to 11%. Among Jains, it is around 4%. And around among Sikhs, the consanguinity rate is very less. It is around 1 to 2% only. Now, what is the problem in consanguinity? There are some diseases which are mainly transmitted in recessive mode. That is, when the disease variant is getting transmitted in double dose. For a single character, there are usually we inherit 2 copies of the gene, one from father and one from mother. When the 2 copies are defective, few diseases are there like hemoglobinopathies, like sickle cell anemia, like thalassemia, like spinal muscular atrophy, in the G6PD deficiency. In all these cases, these diseases are being inherited in recessive mode. And when we are inheriting the defective allele from father as well as from mother, 2 copies defective, then only we get affected. And when we are marrying among the blood relatives, then the chances of bearing the genetic variation, same defective genetic variation, is little more compared to the ones who are not marrying among the blood relatives. So when there is a consanguinity in marriage, you must go for premarital genetic screening. It can save you, it can save your next generation from having genetic diseases. Not only that, when in the premarital cases, when you are finding that in both bride's family as well as groom's family, there are some genetic impairments among one or more of the family members, like hearing impairment, any other metabolic disorders, any congenital defect, neurodevelopmental disorder, I'll suggest you to go for genetic screening. What happened actually, maybe the both of them, in both of their family, the individuals are not suffering from the same disease, but few pathways are interacting with each other, like cleft palate. In these cases also, few pathways are interacting with each other. And in genetics, we have a term called compound heterozygosity. That is, maybe in the same pathway, like in the hemoglobin synthesis pathway, one gene is defective, as like the father is heterozygous for one defective variant, he is not expressing the disease phenotype, and mother is heterozygous for the another variant which is functioning in the same pathway. And somehow the next generation child, that couple's child, inherit the 2 defective variants from father and mother, though for the 2 different genes, but these are interacting in the same pathway, like in muscle synthesis or in some nerve myelin sheath synthesis, like in same pathway. Then also I have found several cases the individuals are being affected. In polycystic kidney disease, I have found that. In Charcot-Marie tooth disease, I have found that. So I will request all of you that before marriage, if you have such kind of history in your family, if you have consanguinity among you, then please go for genetic screening. We are nowadays we are planning for pre-wedding photo shoot and pre-wedding so many things. Please along with those pre-wedding thing, please plan for a pre-wedding genetic screening. This will not cost you that much, because different genetic testing companies are there now in our country. They are trying to decrease their price tasting so that more and more people can afford it. And if we can find the problem, there are some way outs so that we can prevent our next generation to being affected from those genetic diseases. So please and please screen for genetic diseases. Once in an interview I have found that Twinkle Khanna told that Akshay Kumar had a very good genome. So you can see the result, having a good genome. And there are some other cases also from the southern part of our country. Peoples are coming for genetic screening premarital. There are few articles I have found in newspapers also, where peoples are coming forward for premarital genetic screening. And may I say that these days are not far away when the priest will ask the bride, please, do you accept Arun as your husband and his genome also? So these days are not far away. Please come forward in your pre-wedding planning. Include the genomic screening also. You can prevent many and many disorders in that way. Believe me. Thank you.